Hello, I'm with Peter Darling,
Hi.
and we're going to talk about gear, equipment for being portable, being on the road for recording, producing, and songwriting. So, Peter,
Yes.
when you travel,
Yes.
you like to write songs.
Yes.
So, what is your main setup? So, something that can fit in a rucksack or a backpack.
Yeah. So I have a backpack, and I found I started doing this because at the moment, me and my wife and my cat Neil live in a 2-bed flat where we don't have a lot of room. So I realised that I didn't really want songwriters or collaborators that I was working with to come around and record at my flat because it's always a tip. So I thought, right, let's make something portable that I can take to them and write with them and record pretty quickly. So I have a backpack. I have a MacBook Pro. I have a Scarlett 212, Focusrite Scarlett 2i2.
Yep.
Sorry, I don't even know what it is. It's red.
Audio interface, yeah.
Audio interface. I have an audio interface that's small enough that I can just fit it in a backpack, basically. I have that. I also have an Akai MPK mini keyboard. Which
Same as this one.
It is not the same as this one. Do you want to show this to the ladies and gentlemen at home? Right. This is the one that I want. I haven't got this yet because the one that I've got has got like pads and knobs and twiddly things up here.
I don't think you need that when you want to be portable, to be honest.
No, I never use them.
It can be
ever.
useful for like live performance with Ableton Live, but when you really want to be portable, I like to have small mini keyboards. So I use this little keyboard here, this Akai. Talk about geeky gear.
Which one is that?
That is the LPX25. And I also use an Apogee 1.
What's an Apogee 1?
So it's get that if you want.
Yeah, go on.
Apogee 1, which is this little audio interface.
Oh, that's so cool.
So new, I've still got the thing. I did use the Duet, which does sound a little bit better, I think, but it's much bigger and bulkier. So this is the Apogee 1. It sounds great, really good preamp. So if you're using a mic like this SM58 or the RE20, you can crank quite a lot of gain. In the front pocket here, you have the has these little breakout cables like this.
Oh,
so you can plug like a synth or something there, and then you can plug a mic in that.
That's great.
Just a little mini one. So
that is so
I keep
cool.
it portable. So compared to the Focusrite 2i2, it's about a similar price as well. It's just way more portable.
So much more portable.
Yeah. I've got the Duet as well, which is kind of a bit bigger. So if I'm on the road and I'm filming like a 2-person interview like this, I'll take the Duet. But I like this little Apogee 1.
That is gorgeous.
And then if I want to be super lightweight, I'll take the Shure SM58, this microphone here. Or if I want to got a bit more space, I'll take the RE20 because I prefer the sound of it.
Okay.
So it depends.
So my mic, I have had the same mic for about 10 years, is a Rode NT1A, which is nice. It's a nice condenser mic that sounds great with vocals, sounds great with live instrumentation, and it's just one mic. However, what I want to get next, because I've used it a couple of times, and I think we talked about this in previous videos, is the Shure SM7.
The 7B.
The 7B, that's it.
The only thing about that, it's kind of a bit awkward and it doesn't really fold down.
It's quite bulky.
Yeah, so something like this, it's just one mic there, this microphone here. It's a lot more portable.
What I like about the SM7B is that you can be recording vocals and then leave the track on in the background. You don't have to put headphones on because the bleed doesn't come through. Yeah, so that's helpful for me.
You can also do that with that's just because it's a dynamic mic. You can do that with this Shure SM58 as well. Standard mic you see on stage.
And this don't one here, listen to me. I'm not useful for this.
And this RE20 here is also, it doesn't pick up much room sound. So so I do a lot of recording or making tutorials or recording any kind of instruments in a lot of Airbnbs and that kind of thing as well when I travel. So I want a mic that doesn't pick up a lot of room sound, because if you're in an untreated room, it's going to sound awful if you're taking a really sensitive mic. So I take a 58, or if I've got a bit more space, RE20.
Cool, man.
Some gear tips, gear heads.
Yeah, that's really useful.
Yeah.
So I have as well. I bought this little Samson like mic stand for £10,
the one with the solid bass.
Yeah, one with the solid bass.
I've got one over there.
You just plonk it on the side and then put the mic on top of there. And I found that's been really, really helpful because sometimes it's like, well, I don't want to take a whole mic stand or even something like this, what this mic is attached to, because you can't fit that in a bag.
Pause the video now. I'll show you what I've got.
Okay.
So what I use is one of these little Manfrotto stands. And then I'm not sure if this is the exact adapter, but I've got a load of adapters. Nice. So you can stick a mic on it as well.
That's so
instead of taking that huge bass, just take one of these little stands, get some kind of adapter so you can stick a mic on it. And it also doubles up as a camera tripod. Wow. It's a camera tripod that doubles up as a mic stand.
Yeah.
So get yourself one of these and then...
that's cool.
This isn't the exact adapter, but I've got a whole little box of adapters.
That's so cool because obviously you're more into like gear for like cameras and things like that. Like for musicians, I've never seen anything like that on any of the normal websites.
20 quid
but that's
on Amazon.
Yeah,
it's not much.
That's even more practical because it's not. Can I hold it? That's so light. Whereas the Samsung thing
that will actually hold this big RE20 microphone.
Oh,
so I actually put this down by my laptop if I'm recording on the road, and it'll hold like a heavy mic. These are really well made.
That's great.
So some geeky tips. So Pete, what headphones do you wear on the road?
I have a pair of like 50 quid Audio Technicas, which do the job. I find that when I'm trying to mix something in cans, the vocals end up, or anything that's in the center position in panning ends up feeling quite quiet in the cans, end up turning it up too much, and then therefore, like especially vocals, vocals end up just sounding too loud because I haven't mixed it properly. So I'd like some advice on like a good like solid pair of cans that
when I'm traveling, I kind of want a pair of headphones to listen to music casually and listen to podcasts as well as to mix. So I actually have some noise cancelling Sony headphones.
Oh, okay.
Which aren't the best. They're a little bit bassy, so they're not the best for mixing, but they're really good for traveling because if you're on a bus or a plane or a train, it gets rid of all that engine sound.
Okay, that's
so you don't have to turn up music as loud. So because it's so much quieter.
Yeah, okay. And do you just kind of leave the mixing side of things until you can be back with some monitors and just to do
the best I can with headphones?
Okay.
1000s or something?
Okay.
I'll play some music for you.
Oh, these are Swish McGish. Which is the right? Oh, that's left, right. Okay.
So let's find
Oh, yeah. No, Foos is good.
Yeah. So Pete's got the headphones on now to check the noise cancelling. So you can't hear me now, but you probably can't hear the sound of the fan on a laptop or any kind of static noise. So if you're on a train or a plane, it cuts out a lot of that. So for mixing, it's not ideal because these headphones are pretty bassy. So you have to kind of know that they're bassy. But if you want a pair of headphones that are good for traveling as well,
are you actually talking?
Yeah.
Couldn't hear a word you were just saying.
Yeah. They're pretty useful, aren't they? Pretty cool. But for mixing, like, it's not ideal. You do get better headphones. But for consumption, they're great.
Yeah, they sound great.
Yeah, and they fold down into a little bag as well.
Can you fold them down for me?
Yeah, so you... there we go. The pressure's on like that. And it folds down into a little bag.
That's nice.
Turn that off. Or
Copyright claim.
Copyright strike, yeah.
They're really, really cool. What else do I have?
Bose have got a good pair as well.
Yeah.
Bose have got some good stuff.
How much were those?
I think they were like £300.
Okay, so they're a bit of an investment.
Bit pricey.
But
if you do a lot of travelling, they're good. I wouldn't get these for studio monitors. If you're in one place all the same time, don't get them. But if you do a lot of travelling, you're on the road, just want to take one pair of headphones. I don't like any in-ear stuff. Don't like any. I don't like earpods or AirPods or whatever.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Yeah. Fair play. Why is that for you?
Uncomfortable.
Okay.
Doesn't sound as good and comfortable.
Do you find as well, like I get more ear fatigue, like if I'm...
It's closer to you.
Because it's closer to the drum.
Eardrum, it's not good for you.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful. The good thing about these kind of noise cancelling ones is you don't have to have the music that loud because it cuts out a lot of the background. So if you're traveling, you're listening to a song, a lot of the time the reason why you're turning it up is because there's the train engine, the noise. if you can't really hear that much outside noise, you don't need it as loud. So it saves your ears as well.
Absolutely. I have found a little thing that I bought that I found really, really helpful. Is I went onto Amazon and bought a men's toiletry bag for about $5. Just a really small one, because I realised I had all of these wires and cables and things like that.
Over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's grab that.
Yeah. So this is...
Hold it against me, the colour.
Just put it there.
Yeah.
Cover his nipples. Just something to put all my spare wires, because I found as well, like, I break Apple chargers all the time. Yeah, I'm not good with my gear anyway. I know, so that's why I've in the past just bought cheap things, because I know I'm going to trip over it and break it eventually. So what I've been doing instead is bought something like this, nipple shot, something like that, and then I've put into it, for example, a wireless mouse. I've put into it my Apple charger. I put into it, like, even just the cable to connect my MIDI keyboard to.
Yeah, you want some kind of Velcro cable tie to stop it coming apart.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
Another thing I found was a USB extender. So on the MacBook I've got has only got one. It's like a 2014, so it's got a USB input.
Oh, okay. Oh, like a dongle, so you can...
Yeah, and just something to add more stuff, because that's ultimately I would be completely unstuck if I didn't have that.
Like here, the cables are pretty long, but when I travel, I don't really travel with cables longer than half a meter.
Yeah.
Because I want the mic near me, I want the interface near me, I want the cables there, so I don't want any more cable space.
Absolutely.
And there's just more stuff to break if they're longer.
Absolutely.
There's more stuff to go wrong.
I have a tiny, like quite a short pop shield that I put in with my mics, but I've found that it's just a little bit too short.
Yeah, when I travel, I'll take a foam one like this.
Okay.
Or if I take the RE20, it's kind of got a built-in pop filter already, so I don't
really
actually
nice.
take this. So,
but this is great.
It's not as good as a pop shield, but like these are cheap. They're easy.
Is this multi-purpose? Is this meant just for the SM58, or is it?
I have got one for the RE20 as well.
Okay,
but it gets out some of the highs. Really, it's not as clear. Yeah. And with the Really, with the SM58, it's kind of got this shield anyway, so you could probably get away with not having one of these. But if you're using something like SM57 or something that needs a shield, I do recommend getting one. But the RE20 don't necessarily need one. In the studio, have it, but when you travel, I don't recommend. As long as you have it at an angle, because when the air comes out, if it's straight in front of you, pick up some of those explosions. But if it's at the side, it's not going to pick it up. So just mic position can save you taking the pop shield, as long as you have a suitable mic.
Okay.
Like the Shure SM7B, if you get that, you won't need the pop shield.
Yeah.
Just position it to the side.
Yeah.
Pete, do you take a guitar when you travel?
No. I will. Yeah, I suppose it depends. Because I don't travel like you. I'm normally like traveling to a session, so I if I've got a car, if I'm driving, I'll take just my normal size acoustic.
So yeah, this guitar is fun. The tuning's different.
Okay,
it's probably out of tune.
Go.
It's probably a bit out of tune, but for just messing around.
Okay, so it's like
an A. I think it's
in A, so it's a fourth up from.
So if you want to sing along, you're used to singing songs that you know, it's not ideal. But if you want something to mess around with, like in the back of the car or something, it's pretty useful.
That's great. Do you know what I think as well? Like, someone like Ed Sheeran has made an instrument like the Baby Taylor acoustic guitar, like that sound has made it more palatable to a lot of listeners' ears. I've gone from I've got two main acoustic guitars that are steel string. I have a Freshman Apollo, which is this gorgeous like big body acoustic, and it's got such a big sound to it. But actually, it's a little bit less practical than I want, just because of the size of it. Even when I'm playing, I feel like I'm. And I'm a pretty big guy.
I wouldn't necessarily record with that or gig with that, but just for like playing little ideas and practicing, it's pretty useful.
Well, I think as well, like we've talked a bit about how you can include kind of like imperfections into your recordings, like using a guitar which isn't necessarily the most resonant or even the most perfect sounding can actually add more character to what you're doing. So there's a part of me which is holding this and is going, I just want to write stuff on this now.
This could be fun, a little bit different. Yeah,
exactly. And
I didn't want to learn the ukulele, and that's same.
It's got the same sort of tone.
Same thing as a guitar, really.
Yeah,
just a bit higher.
So finding an instrument that you an instrument that you can take around and then that also is just fun to play on is really important. And often like travel size stuff doesn't sound perfect, but ultimately I don't want it to sound perfect. I just want it to be inspiring to me to write. A big issue that I just have is the bag, I can carry it on my back, but it's heavy. And so more and more I want to lighten the load with it. So something like this would be useful. Yeah. Something like this for my mic stand will be really useful.
Even just a 58's fine.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It's lightweight, it's durable.
Yeah.
With me as well, I'd spend a lot of money and make sure I get a decent padded bag. Because if you're taking all your equipment and you're just slinging it into a carrier bag or something, or even like a cheap bag, you're going to damage your equipment. Yes. It's better in the long run. You're going to save more money if you buy a decent padded bag. Yeah. You can for musicians and music producers, get a camera bag. Yeah. Because they're designed for cameras and DSLRs and mirrorless cameras and whatnot. Yeah. So they're super padded. Yeah. So you want to get yourself a nice padded bag. You can get like Amazon Basics one for like £30. They're not that much.
What bag are you using at the moment?
I'm using the what's it called? Peak Design 45 litre travel line.
That sounds very exciting.
Yeah.
Would you like to show the viewers at home?
It's not the best colour for this black background.
Put it against your nipples, then it's fine. There we go.
So this is cool because you can put a laptop in here. You can put an iPad in here, and I've got these camera cubes as well. So you can actually, I don't know if you can.
You have to flip it, reverse it, turn it round.
So it's got these camera cubes in here, so you can put all this pad in. That's nice. If I'm going on a big trip, if I'm just going to record, I'll put like my interfaces and mics in both of these. Yeah. But if I'm just going on a trip, I'll take this one out the top, and I'll put like toiletries and stuff and clothes at the top. And if I'm just going and I'm just taking something really small, like a 58 and maybe a small camera, I'll just use this one. So it's just super padded. Yeah. Like I've got no affiliation with any of these companies. This is just what I use. Yeah. It does cost quite a bit, this one. It's not a cheap bag. Yeah. But I'd rather spend a lot on a bag and make sure all my stuff is secure. And it doesn't look expensive. It's just like a normal black bag. But Amazon Basics do a great camera bag as well, which is awesome.
I feel like me and you are at different points in our kind of levels of portableness. I'm still at the point where I've gone for the cheaper alternative. For a lot of it, you were at the point where
That's why you break your cables.
Yeah, and that is why I have to buy.
You're probably not saving any money because you got to buy cables.
But I do think you were at the point where you were investing money in one or two specific pieces of gear, which, like that bag, cost a bit of money, but in the long run, you're going to be saving more money than me. Obviously, like for some people, like the cheaper alternative is the only thing they can go for. What's great is there are little almost hacks you can do.
Amazon Basics. Amazon Basics are great. Yeah. It's half the price pretty much, and they've got some really good products. So if you can't financially afford some of the more expensive padding or bags or whatever, get Amazon Basics. It's good. Yeah. It's my top tip. Yeah, I've used Amazon Basics loads. Yeah. Or you can even do little makeshift stuff, like people saying use a wash bag. Yeah.
Oh, use a wash bag. Go for the cheaper alternative. Sometimes does the job on some pieces of gear. Like a lot.
It depends. For me, I think a decent interface and a decent mic goes a long way.
See, I'm a cheapskate. This is what we worked out from this video, and Thomas is just a higher class of.
You've probably got much nicer guitars than me and stuff like that.
Well, I think they used to be. I've just gradually battered them.
Yeah,
but this is really useful for me because there's loads of things now that I will consider investing.
Yeah,
in.
like if you're on the road, even stuff like you taking that big heavy Samsung stand compared to this is so heavy and so many interface.
Yeah.
So for you anyway, Pierre, I recommend even if you just replace the stand, it costs you £20.
Yeah,
that'll save a kilogram of weight.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's going to mean that by the time I get to wherever I'm doing the session, I'm going to be a little less tired. I'm going to be a little less grumpy. And I'm going to probably be more likely to want to use it.
I think it's because you could probably carry more than me, so you're like, I'll get the big stand.
Well, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. My back is messed up from years
much carrying
of just carrying stuff like.
No, you play the bass and bands and stuff.
It's,
pretty heavy instrument at times with the amp as well.
But more and more, I'm thinking more and more about how can I lessen the physical load on myself. And also, as well, what we've been talking about in previous videos, like get myself in the right mindset. I realise if I'm not in the right mindset, if I'm coming into a session, like a collaborative session where I'm tired or I'm grumpy or my back hurts, when I'm writing, all I'm thinking about is, I feel a bit tired. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, I can't be bothered with this. Whereas actually, there's these little changes that I can make that actually put me in a more positive frame of mind and stuff that I just don't have to think about. That's the aim for me.
Obviously, laptops and MacBooks are amazing nowadays.
Yes.
We're pretty lucky to be living in this day and age where we can do most of it off a laptop. Obviously, going to recording studios, it's a lot of fun. Nice, it looks cool, it's clean. But you don't always need one. You can get portable gear that's almost as good.
And then as well, you can always take what you've done portably into a studio setting if you want to record
use the
more
big speakers,
stuff.
go through their SSL desk or use their preamps or whatever.
Yeah. But it doesn't have to all be in that one studio. You'll save so much money rather than having to hire out a studio and do it all in there. Yeah.
You don't necessarily need a big fancy studio. There are smaller studios that are a lot more affordable as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But it depends what you want it for. I've seen that video of a Swedish house mafia hiring this big studio for SSL. I think it's a G series desk, and they're just using it just for the compressor. But when you get the money, like Swedish house mafia do, you can hire a big studio, just use a compressor.
So be fair play to them. Yeah.
The SSL compressor is awesome. It's good.
Also, as well, like
you do get a Waves equivalent, but the SSL one is good.
It's a good video, isn't it? It's good content.
Yeah.
If I could hire our studio and
just for a compressor
and for the gram or whatever, you know what I mean? Fair play to them. But I think I definitely feel like I'm still at the point where I need to be practical with the resources that I have. I need to be practical. I need to be efficient with how I'm spending my money and investing my money into gear.
But if you're doing this for a career,
you
buying a decent microphone that's gonna save you carrying a heavy one, or it's gonna help you earn more money. You're not spending any money; you're investing the money.
Yeah.
If you're buying designer trousers or something, unless you
can't see them, but they are.
Unless you're a fashion icon, in my opinion, it's a waste of money. But it really depends.
I mean, I am that.
Bad example, Pete is a fashion icon.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's some geeky tips, gear tips. Hope you find this video useful.
Yeah, I hope
with Pete about
I hope even
equipment.
A tiny bit of it was useful. It's been a lot of me not taking this seriously, but I've learned loads. I want to buy that thing. I want to buy that thing, and I want to buy that thing. Those things.
Oh, the headphones.
And those were great.
Yeah. Anyway, some tips for gear. Hope you found this video useful. If you like, give it a like. Remember to subscribe. Check out Peter Darling online if you want to hear some
PeterDarlingMusic.com.
There you go. Kapow.
Apologies in advance.
Kapow. Right, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.